Morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, are you prepared for the storm, my friend? That's right. Are you prepared for the storm? Now, I'm not talking about the storm that we're supposed to get here in the Northeast today. So, if you're in the Northeast or Mid Atlantic states here in the United States, Mid Atlantic states are getting the storm right now, which is really a bunch of snow and rain and thunder, I've been told. And the Northeast is going to get the storm later today, right? And hey, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you. I appreciate any of your likes. But I do want to tell you, right, is that the storm is coming. And we're not talking about the storm that we just discussed as far as weather goes. I mean, yes, do we need to be prepared with shovels and salt? Hey, Kurt, thanks for joining us. Do we need to be prepared for those things for the storm? Of course, but what about your personal storm? What about your personal life? What about your finances? What about your health? Thank you so much for the likes, right? What about your spiritual life, right? Getting prepared for the storm right now. What about your living situation? So, it would be easy for me as a top mega real estate broker to sit here and start talking with you about stop renting. Because, yes, when it comes to a storm in your life, well, right now there is a little bit of storm when it comes to renting because the rental rates are getting so high so quick. And if you've been renting, you can see it. You might be looking for that 2 or 3 bedroom house and you're like, oh my gosh, it's about $2,000 a month. Hey, Maynard, thanks so much for joining us. It's about $2,000 a month. And how can I keep affording this? I'm wasting my money every month. See, that's a storm that's coming that's getting worse and worse and worse, right? How about your financial situation? Are you putting some money aside every single time you make money? Even if you only make $100, can you take $10, put it aside so that when the storm comes, God forbid, you're home, there's something wrong with the roof, there's something wrong with the plumbing. Hey, Puka, thank you so much. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. There's something wrong with the plumbing. There's something wrong, God forbid, with the electrical. Well, are you putting money aside, even if it's only $10, 10% into an emergency account, so that when the storm comes, like the storm is going to be here soon, right? You will be prepared, my friends. You will be ready to be able to weather the storm. You see, if you don't prepare for the storm, you're going to find yourself in some dire straits, and you don't want that. Nobody wants that for you, right? Think about your parents. They try to prepare you. Maybe the schools, maybe your uncles, your aunts. Hey, Kurt, thank you so much. Yes, Puka, I know there could be problems definitely with roofs falling in. You're not kidding. But, if we don't prepare for the storm when it comes to financial, when it comes to housing situations, maybe someone's a senior citizen, right? Or maybe they have some sort of disability and they see prices, inflation going up, 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 up. And they have this home. In fact, I had this someone who spoke to me yesterday, how they have a home and they have 3 bathrooms. They never used 2 of the bathrooms. They lived alone. And guess what happened over a period of 8 years? The plumbing in those 2 bathrooms basically disintegrated. You go to turn on the sink, you can't. You go to flush the toilet, a bunch of water comes out because the seals broke after so many years. You go to turn on the water in the tub, and it's a bunch of water where there's sediment that's coming out. And we run it, and it still keeps coming out. So, preparing for the storm as you get older, right? It might be time to downsize. It might be time to change your living situation, right? Preparing for that storm, my friends. And thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for joining us, Angela, as well. I'm definitely open to questions. In fact, I invite any of you who'd like to be a host on my morning talk with Rosa. right? I'd love to talk with you about maybe some items that you have on your mind, whether it's for real estate. I mean, real estate is my specialty, but I definitely help others with credit repair, so forth, and even with the real estate pre-licensing class. But this morning's discussion, this live talk, Equa, thank you so much for joining us. Jim, thank you so much for joining us. Was preparing for the storm that's coming in your life. Because everyone, sooner or later, has a storm that comes. We cannot go through life where every single day, believe me, I wish sometimes that we could, but I know the Lord didn't want it that way. We can't go through every single life where every single day is totally 100% perfect, right? We go through storms, and it really shows our maturity. It shows our responsibility. It shows on how well we have learned from others, how much we listen as to whether or not we are ready and prepared for the storm, my friends. Right? Hey, Nikki, thank you so much for joining us. Yes, Tracy, every day we wake up, new life, new day, and we need to live it to the max, and we need to be prepared. I mean, I was even that person that I went out and not for this particular storm, but I felt like, hey, am I doing a disservice to my family that if all of a sudden I run out of electricity, we have no way to heat our home, right? We have no way to keep our refrigerator going. So I went out and I went to a local gentleman. He was awesome here in East Hartford, Connecticut, and he basically helped me get a generator. And I'm ready. I'm ready with the push of a button to get everything going. God forbid there's a problem. So being prepared, yes, Tracy, it's the way to do it. How else can we be prepared in our life? Well, how about physically, right? So we know every day, no matter how much we fight it, we are getting older. Yes, Tracy, those generators are not cheap. $6,000. I paid about half of that, and it's not a whole house generator, but I paid about half that for an excellent one that is supposed to work pretty good and have the instant starter and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, they're definitely not cheap, those generators. But let's talk a little bit about being spiritually prepared, mentally prepared, right? Do we get up every morning and maybe say a little prayer, right? Thank the Lord, thank the universe, thank God for giving us another day to breathe, right? Thank you so much, Tracy. I appreciate your comments. Do we take a moment to give our loved ones a hug or a kiss and tell them that we love them and how much we love them, even though they might be running around? Let me tell you something. She probably doesn't want me mentioning this, but my wife, she's not really a morning person. Right? She doesn't want anybody bothering her in the morning, but I need to grab her and tell her that I love her. And maybe I'm doing it for selfish reasons because I want to make sure that she knows before she leaves the house for the day that she's cared about, right? And so do you do that? Because when you do that, it shows appreciation. It shows gratitude for other people. And I can tell you, spiritually, you will live happier when you show gratitude, when you show love to others, because I do believe it comes back to you, right, sooner or later. So again, weathering the storm spiritually, mentally, so that when something happens, you don't want to spiral, right? You don't want to be thinking nobody cares about me and nobody is thinking about me, because people are thinking about you. People love you, but at the same time, people are so involved with their personal life, right? So I think, and thank you so much for joining me this morning. Thank you so much for the likes and the comments. I think I pretty much made the point about preparing for the storm. Yes, get ready for the snow and the ice and the rain. Get your house prepared. Find the best place to live that you know is going to be taking care of you and your family, right? Get your financial matters in place. Start saving some money. Start putting together an emergency fund, even if only every dollar you take 20 cents and put it aside. Believe me, it will start adding up. And then it shouldn't be necessarily last, but spiritually, right? Start thinking about being conscious of what you're doing every day and how you're helping people, and what is it that's important to you, and show those people that, because I can tell you it will make you feel better, it will keep your spirits higher, and you will definitely be able to show more love to people. So with that in mind, that's all I got for you right now. This is Rosa, hopefully your favorite real estate broker, signing out, my friends. God bless you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.